and happy Monday. Today I'm showing you how I really use my Happy Planner, how I've used it the past couple months. I've used it on, some weeks off, some weeks for about half a month or half a week. It really depends on what is going on in my life, how I use it. And then I get it set up for the month of May and for last week. So I'll show you getting it set up for last week and then a picture at the end of how it looked at the end of my week. Here it is. So before we get into this week, I wanted to show you how I've used the planner all filled in on a couple other weeks. So this is a week I used the planner a lot. I often do at the beginning of the week, making my priority list, and then Monday and Tuesday's checklist. And then I kept prioritizing. I also made notes of a DCS call we got and the call we got for a foster babe we took in. I keep my gratitude lists at the bottom. I don't always fill them in, but I try to remember to. And I like making notes of the DCS calls because it just helps me track what's coming in and what's not. And then this was also in here, which was my notes for a launch I did that week. I really find I use the planner most often to keep track of my work projects and make notes for coming weeks and then kind of move them around. So then it was the end of the month. I made notes for an upcoming webinar I want to do. I have a project plan. I have another webinar notes. Buy one, get one was in February. Those are my notes from that. Jay and I did a budget review. Then you can see the month of April. I didn't really fill it out a lot. I just kind of skipped over it. So then another week where I really used it a lot is I made a list of houses to look at with my mom. My mom came this week, Wednesday through Thursday. So you can see that I didn't really, although I had laid out my planner before the beginning of the week, I didn't end up using it much, but I used it a lot Monday and Tuesday, which helped me get tons of stuff done so that I could take the time to look at things with my mom. I made a list and then I just carried this list with us so that we could make sure we saw the houses we went to. I didn't do my gratitude list through the week, and then I didn't even work these days, which if I had known my mom was coming, I don't think I would have planned them that way. Then I had a week or two where I just was keeping track of things on Post-it notes. My mom was more in town and my work was kind of just basic. I wasn't doing a lot of planning ahead. And when I got back to using my Happy Planner a week or two later, starting on May 1st, I just kept it super simple. I didn't do any laying out. I didn't do any stickers. Each day I made my priorities for the week, the kind of podcast I wanted to return, and each day I just made a checklist. This is what I've done in the past just in my journal, and I knew to get back to using the planner, which I really love using for a lot of reasons, I needed to just start keeping notes. So I still did my grateful thing at the bottom. I made reminders to myself in the middle, and then in the morning I just wrote down my priorities. You can see this got bigger than my priorities over here, and I moved stuff over here. And then I could just check it off each day. This is at its core what a planner is for. So to keep track of the things you want to do and mark them off. So that was the end of April, the beginning of May. And then I laid out May.
Okay, so the first thing I did is just put the title up at the top and then number the pages. And I realized it's a lot easier to number it when I take it out of my book. So after it's dated, I put in the most important thing, which is my little brother's birthday over there on the 17th. And then I write in my recurring weekly tasks, which is the book club in 2 of my customer groups and the live Starship chat each morning and the Q&A. And then I write down my priorities and what I want to get done this month over on the left-hand side. Those are kind of like this month's goals and the things to keep my focus on. Okay, and then it's time to get started on this week's planning. The first thing I do is write the numbers across the top so I can keep track of where I am. And then I write the priorities over on the left-hand side. These are the projects I want to be sure to get done this week. So I write them here so I can put them in each day. Okay, so then I get to planning my week. So I'm going to cover up the notes section because instead this is going to be things that I just want to remember. It's a reminder to schedule dog camp because I'm going to be out of town this weekend. Anything else I need to remember, like paying certain bills, I'll write in down there. And then I also fill in the scheduled activities that I have at a specific time each week. I like to do that first, kind of before I write specific to-do lists, so that I make sure that I have in mind what I got to get done. So on Wednesday, I have a Starship chat. I'm going to do a couple, I love these to-do list check boxes that come in the colorful sticker set. That's actually what I'm using here. I'm using all the stickers from 2 or 3 pages because they all coordinate in that colorful sticker book. So I've written in what's going on Wednesday morning, writing some to-dos down on Tuesday because they're on my mind. I want to get them out of my mind and onto the paper. A lot of people will do stickers first, they'll basically lay out their whole week and then they'll write stuff down. But I find I have to write stuff down as it comes to me to get it out of my head. And then I'm also doing my Monday gratitude list here because I try to do a gratitude list every single day, and it's Monday as I do this. So I wrote down the day's to-dos, which include recording this video for you, and also what I'm grateful for. And then I also get it set up for tomorrow's gratitude list. So I am seeing that there's not a lot to do today. So I've put in a little quote on Monday, and then I'm going to fill in what I know for sure is happening on the rest of the week. And that includes my brother's graduation on Friday. So I'm getting a sticker for that, flipping around trying to find one that's good for it. Again, this is a colorful sticker book. So I put a big, very excited about Dylan's graduation, obviously. And then I flipped through the Boss Babe sticker book to see if I can find something there. And now I'm just trying to balance out the page, fill in some of the empty spaces with some color so that the color, like the rainbow that shows up on the left, shows up on the right. I'm flipping through my sticker books, gonna fill in, give Friday a to-buy list, and filling out that gratitude section, putting little hearts, which are the last little stickers I have left on these pages. I'm gonna put them on there so I have some to-do list bullet points. And just trying to balance the page in general, just making it happy and pretty. And so I'm excited to open it up and work each day. The week of May 13th so far. It's Tuesday when I'm recording this, so you can see I used it yesterday to, actually I didn't mark off these things, but I did them. My scheduled book club chat. I've got my priorities here. I've got things I need to remember to do down here. That's how I like using this space, is they're not just priorities, but there's stuff to remember. I could have moved this all up higher. I don't know why I didn't. And then my grateful lists along the bottom, my scheduled things along the top. Thursday doesn't have anything scheduled, so I did a sticker. Friday, we're leaving for Dylan's graduation in Cookeville, so I put my to-buy list. I often do an errands list anywhere on the weekend or on a day that's not as busy, and it's not necessarily that I'm going to do it Friday. I might go out and do it Wednesday afternoon, but it's there on Friday, so I can keep track of it somewhere. It's the end of the week now, so I wanted to show you what this looks like at the end of the week, all filled in. I made a new list of things to do before our next foster care placement, some of which I actually put on this week's list and got done. So you see I got all that done. I filled in Tuesday a little more since last time you saw. Wednesday, I had a doctor's appointment, checklist, grateful list. I started tracking my water with these little water trackers. This is a little paper that pulls out. I'm going to move this from week to week until I do everything. My to-dos on Thursday, very short gratitude list. I got interrupted. Grateful on Friday. I got a lot of things done from here. And then I just made some notes about what we did this weekend. So when I flip back on this weekend, I'll remember, oh yeah, that's when we did that. So that's the end of my week, all filled in. I'm still working on how to use the weekend a little better because I don't schedule work on weekend, so I don't want to fill it up with to-dos, but I still want to track and kind of plan for fun. I think when we have kids, I'll have more scheduled things on here, like festivals and library visits that we'll go to. Right now we usually just chill. Maybe I need to put a thing for Game of Thrones right here on Sunday. Also, I updated the month a little bit by putting in the podcast episode that will come out on each Wednesday and the vlog that will come out on each Monday. I have a place to write that, so even if I plan it far in advance, I still know it's there. You can see I also filled in just other stuff throughout. But this is today that you're watching this. This Happy Planner video is coming out. So I hope you enjoyed getting a look at how I'm using my Happy Planner now. I'll keep these videos up if you enjoy them now to plan for next week.